All right, guys, we're all now joined by Diana Taurasi. If you have any questions, go ahead and raise your hand. We'll get you called on. We'll go ahead and start with Danny Thompson, followed by Michelle Vogel.
Danny Thompson with the three-point conversion. Great win tonight. My question for you is, you've played in plenty of playoff games. I think Skylar said you played about 80 playoff games in your career, it seems like. Have you played in a game that was this back and forth with an ending like this through all your career, all your time in the W, and even in college or high school?
I mean, I'll probably have to go back in the archives, but this was definitely one of a kind. So many momentum swings from, DC to back to us to, I said at one point, we were down big and the fourth quarter ended. And I looked up, I was like, God, we're still down 11. After a good third quarter I thought we picked it up a little bit and we were still down 11. And then, next thing you know, we go on a run and we're up 5. And then you look up and we're down 1 again. It was incredible. And, a lot of people making big plays. Leilani was amazing today. She was going to will that team to a win, but, Shey Peddy on time.
I will go over to Michelle Vogel, followed by Jeff Metcalf.
Yeah, Diana, regarding Shey, obviously, you had this look on your face when her shot went in. It was just like this smile of, wow. Can you put in perspective, you have an idea of what her journey's been like, for somebody to be cut 3 times, to be a rookie at 30, to have that moment. What did that mean just for basketball fans to see that?
There's these people that you just like. From the day I met her, I just liked her. We all liked her. Everyone liked Shey. I think that's the one thing that's so endearing about her is, she's had all these basketball experiences. She went to Temple, played for the great Tanya Cardoza. She's played overseas and, on so many teams. Her journey is one of that doesn't get talked about much, but, next thing you know, she's hitting, a game winner in the playoffs. And, she's just a great kid. She's a great person. She's a great basketball player. She's so savvy. She's got quick hands. And, it was funny 2 weeks ago, she sits me down and, we're in practice. She goes, D, I'm in a shooting slump. Like, can you give me some advice? And I just said, keep shooting them. That's the only way you get out of a shooting slump. In the gym, keep shooting them. And even when we came out of that timeout, I was going to take the ball out of bounds, and she comes up to me, she goes, D, it's game time. And I was like, give me the ball, I'm ready. And she was talking about herself. I love that. It was great.
All right, over to Jeff Metcalf, followed by Cameron Cox.
What you just said about being down by 11, it was a feat. There was this sense like, okay, you're coming on, but you're not making any progress. What do you think changed there in the fourth quarter? Was it defense, or what was it that really got you where you could run off 17 in a row?
Yeah, obviously when you can get stops and you can rebound the basketball and attack when they're not necessarily set up, it gives you a really good chance of scoring. And they missed some shots. They cooled off a little bit. We made a miss. I think Breezy had some incredible blocks. We got on the boards a little bit. We pushed in transition. And then we just got a little bit from everyone. Skylar, went off a little bit. Kia hit some jumpers. And those are the things you need. You need a lot of contributions from a lot of people. The start of the game, we were just completely flat, and it was an uphill battle from then on. But I keep saying that there's something about this team that doesn't want to go home. And today could have been easy. Just, hey, you know what? We've done enough. Let's go home. But this team just wants to stick around.
All right, over to Cameron Cox, followed by Chantel Jennings.
DT, just how much fun are you having right now? You could just tell by the faces you guys make on the floor and the celebration. Just, you've been a part of a lot of special teams. Where does this one kind of rank given the situation, what's going on, the bubble, who's left on the bench and stuff like that?
I mean, this team's gone through a lot. And I know every team, has gone through their own journey. But we've found joy in being together. And being around each other every day, and it shows on the court. I mean, we're up and down. We're frustrated. We're happy. We're when things don't go our way, but you know what, this team just finds a way to stay together and grind it out. And does it always end up in a win? Maybe not, but you can be happy with the way we play and the way we try to play. And I just have so much respect for everyone here because this isn't easy. It's not easy being here. It's a big sacrifice from all the players, the coaches, the training staff. I mean, it's a big sacrifice being here, and to see us, come together and play really hard and well, it's nice for a lot of people.
Go over to Chantel Jennings, followed by Doug Feinberg.
Hey, Diana, you kind of just touched on this a little bit, saying that there's something about this team that you guys just don't quit. But in late August, right before you guys went on that run, you said exactly that there's something about the identity of this team, of this franchise, that you find a way late to get dangerous. It's what you did this season. It's what you did today. Why are you guys able to do that?
It's a process of what we want to do. And, it takes time. And we always seem to be a little bit behind the 8 ball at the beginning. And then we find ourselves in these games. And, I keep telling them the game's going to end regardless. The 40 minutes are going to be played, whether you're nervous, scared, whether you're worried about, making shots, missing shots, the game's going to end. And I hope we take that mindset into the next game. You got to play the game. You got to enjoy it. You got to look at what things, we can do to affect the game. But at the end of the day, at this point, it's about making plays, about playing together. We always find a way to bring that energy, towards the end of the year.
All right, we'll go over to Doug Feinberg, followed by Howard Megdal.
Hey, D, along those lines, I mean, your record now is 14-1 in single elimination games and 7-0 in playoff games, WNBA in single elimination. Is it just that mentality, like, you're calm, like you don't get rattled or nervous, it seems? I mean, in these games that it's win or go home. Is that the mentality you have, that just, you're right, it's 40 minutes, you play basketball, you're going to win, you play your game? Right.
Well, it's one of those things where you kind of have to put all the chips in the middle. There's no, we'll come back tomorrow and make some adjustments. No, you lose, you're going home. There is no game, 5-game series where you can play a little bit more relaxed, or you can try some things. Like, we literally have to do things to win the game. And, that's what single elimination is about. And, there's something nice about that. There's a fine edge that you get by playing in these games.
Oh, we have time for just a few more. We'll go Howard Megdal, followed by Marcus Thompson.
Diana, congratulations on the win tonight. Got 2 quick ones, if I could. One, a shot you took, it was 75-73. You guys had just taken the lead. You come up quickly and pop for a 3 to put you guys up 5. How much of that is you looking at time and score as much as it is having an open shot in that spot?
I think it was just one of those opportunities that when you're playing against a good team, any team really, if you can get those opportunities in transition when they're not set and you can get a pretty good look. I think I was looking for those a little bit more in the second half. And, those are huge shots. So, when you get a stop and then you can get a 3, it puts you in a pretty good position going forward. I mean, we blew that 5-point lead. So, but, those are ones that we try to find in transition.
We'll go over to Marcus Thompson, followed by Erica.
Hey, D, Marcus Thompson with The Athletic. Skylar's a point guard, and you're a point guard, but you two have seemed to work some chemistry in a really kind of short time. How would you assess her ability to hop off the ball, hop on the ball, and kind of work that tango you two have?
I think the beauty of it is we respect what, we do really well. And, I always say with combination of players, when they don't work, it's because they take each other's space. My space on the court is way different than Skylar's on the court. We do such, different things on the court that it works really well. And, I told, before the season, Skylar and I worked out for about a month together. And I said, you need to be first team all WNBA, Skylar. I don't want to hear, or I'm on a new team and D and whatever. No, you come in and you ball out. Like, I don't want to hear any of that. You're one of the best guards in the world. You come, you do your thing, and we'll figure all those other details out. But you need to come in and ball out. And she's done that. She's been amazing.
All right, we'll go over to Erica.
Buenas noches, Diana. I wanted to ask you about the settlement announcement that came for the family of Breonna Taylor, especially knowing that all the players are wearing her name on their jerseys throughout the playoffs, and this has really been something that the WNBA players alongside the league have been committed to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a big settlement for their family going into the future, but I don't think it takes anything away from what we've been talking about, and that's to arrest the police officers that went into her living room and murdered someone. We still want justice as far as the justice system. Paying out money and protecting cops, that's something that every city does, and that's a flaw in the system that when you take a step back, they're willing to protect their own no matter what sum of money. But that doesn't bring back Brianna's life. It doesn't bring back, the things that her family lost in that tragic event. So there's still a lot of work to be done. That's one of the focuses, and that's one of the reasons why we're down here. Obviously, we're down here to play basketball and support the WNBA, but we're going to be saying her name for a long time, and we're going to do whatever it takes. And this league has been committed. The NBA has been committed, and a lot of other players and teams from other sports. Some that weighs heavy on your heart. Every day we do those intros before the game, and I look into the eyes of all those women that have been killed, and you think, man, that could be my best friend, that could be my sister, that could be my daughter. Like, I think sometimes we become numb to these situations, and you have to take a step back and really think what we're doing in this country and how we want to change it and go forward.
And that's all the time we're going to have right now. Thanks, Diana.
Thank you, guys.